Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new video with me, Sherman. Today guys, I have been playing this game for over 100 hours. Now, a lot of people are going to say, how are you even so invested in a game already? I've been playing it for literally like a week straight. I have 3 characters all in their 60s or above. I think this one is 50 something, 62. And I've just completed a thing to go into the Citadel of Evil, and just a crazy adventure. Now, what game is this? Well, it's a little game called Gedonia. It's on Steam. It's right now on sale, I think, at $5.09 or whatever during the Steam summer sale. This game is a gem waiting to happen. Like, this... If you're a fan of RPG games and you like good adventure games or a good RPG game, this game is it. Let me tell you. I've been playing this game, like I said, I have 100 hours. I have 3 characters in their 60s. I have this character, my bard, who I've been working on religiously. I've actually leveled him 3 times to 60, and I finally found a setup I really like, and I just kind of stuck with it and was like, okay, I'm good, let's keep going. So what is Gedonia? Gedonia is a open world RPG adventure game. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. Now, it does have a main story. I haven't even started the main story with this character. I've played through it twice with other characters, and this one I was just like, I'm gonna get everything else out of the way. Done. I'm gonna level, I'm gonna do all that stuff. Everything. Now, being a bard, I'm gonna tell you now, like, I don't fight much. Very often at all. In fact, if you look at my character here, I only have 26% armor. I have like pretty decent damage per second. I have good magic damage, but I don't use magic at all. As you can see, I have none. I have a really high crit chance, but they let me switch bars. Now I have a really super high damage. Still a really high crit chance. And that's because I'm an adventurer. And so my guy, I created him to be, was an adventuring bard. And these over here are my fellow companions. We have Sidmer, we have Katra, we have Stray Dog, I haven't named him yet, Buddha, we have Starwalker, and we have Brother Jordan. Now, out of all these characters, the ones I use the most are Sidmer, Katra, and Brother Jordan. Those are my go-to characters to use. Now, a lot of people are going to say, why don't you use the dog? Why don't you use Buddha? Why don't you use this guy over here? I just don't have any armor. Like, the dog doesn't really wear armor. They wear a cloak. And they actually work best with the what's called the Knight's Cloak. It's from the Warriors Guild, so I just left them in that. So enough about that. This is the world of Gedonia. This is what you see when you play the game. Is this. Now, you're going to see a bunch of question marks around here. I haven't done these, because I always save them until I get done with everything else. And then I blitz through them, get them all done. I have every dungeon in the game done. I have every world boss defeated. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go through the map and just make sure I have every world boss. Oops. There was no world boss, just making sure. And all these places are areas of the world. I forgot that's not literally technically part of the map. But it's all parts of the world that you go through. And there is one world boss I know where it is that I haven't completed. So, but this isn't the end of the game. Once you get to level 60, the game keeps going. It goes up into the 80s. And by the time you get there, you're going to travel to the northern kingdoms. Now, this was released in May of this year. And this is the newest area that the creator of the game added. Now, have you noticed I haven't talked about the creator of this game yet? And I'll get to that in a minute. So there's that you guys have seen. That's the world. That's the places you can explore and everything. This is the game's skill system. Now, if you've ever played RuneScape, it's very similar to that kind of a system. You have all these different skill lines that you can put into, and you get to customize as you create your character. Very similar to Elder Scrolls, but more like World of Warcraft. And that's because when you open one of these trees, you've got these massive lines of things that you can put into. Over here in Ferocity, I only put into the melee damage stuff and the one-handed weapon, because that's all I use. As you can see, I have a plus 84% melee damage, 8% crit, 39% bow accuracy, plus 47% range damage, and plus 35 stamina. I actually have more that it doesn't show. Then I have my archery, which I've almost maxed out. In fact, I just did it. You guys saw that here live. I just maxed out my archery. And if you'll notice, I don't have any of the attacks on archery yet, because I haven't decided which ones I want to use. I know I'm probably going to use Rain of Arrows, and I'm probably going to use the multi-shot, and I might use Exploding Arrows. I don't know. I've heard Frost Arrows, Enchant Arrows, and Control Arrows are really nice, but I just don't use a lot of this stuff. I might use the controllable arrows because it might help later on. And then, of course, I'm going to get the Hold Breath. And that's it for the bow. Then I have my speech line, which is maxed out, except for these two. I didn't want to take these two because these are skills that you have to put on your bar, and I just don't have any room on my main bar. Then I have my music line, and this is completely maxed out except for the 3 abilities I couldn't take because I didn't take magic. Now, if I took magic, I could take those abilities and I could use them. Now, unfortunately, I have to play my music again, otherwise my buffs and everything will wear off. So, very intricate skill system, crafting system. You can make weapons. You can do leather working, and in the leather working and armor crafting, any of the armor crafting, there's these things that you can get that give you boosts to different stuff. I went leather working because I can get the crit chance and all that I can put into my new armor I recently got. Alchemy, enchanting, and cooking. Now some of these you're going to notice they're not maxed out, and that's because I only take them so far until I get other stuff. Once I get this, I'll be able to craft cooking foods with 7 materials, and I don't know what the recipes are for 7 items yet. When it comes to alchemy, I'm gonna get this next so I can craft the super potions, and I'm gonna get this so I can craft deadly poisons, and then I will unlock this top line because this top line is for when I go into the northern kingdoms. But here's the reason why I've been spending so much time playing this game. It's the replayability. I can replay this game 100 times and not get bored. That's the sad story of it. And the reason why is because there's so many different options and ways to play the game that you start thinking about other ways to play. I play my bard, I have a paladin, and then I have a barbarian. But it's not your typical, smash and destroy all things barbarian. Mine's more like a shamanic barbarian. Very cool, very fun to play. But yeah, hands down, cool game. Now, what can you be? Well, you can be a mage. You can be a spell sword by intermixing sword mastery, ferocity, combat mastery, and elemental magic. You can be an eldritch knight by doing similar, taking these and the defense and elemental magic. Or you could be just a dark magician or a necromancer or a druid or a shaman or a ranger or a rogue. There's so many different options. But the game goes a step further with factions. Now you're going to see I'm maxed out with a lot of these. I'm friendly with one. I'm actually maxed out. I don't know why it doesn't say that I'm maxed out, but I am. I've literally completed. I can't do any more quests. As you can see, these ones don't say join, and that's because I've done everything I can with them. You'll see I have, I'm honored with the Mages Guild and the Barbarians and the Seers because I've done quests for them specifically to help them out. And that leaves the Bandits and Necromancers. And you can guess what that side of the road is. But the game goes even further. What you see behind me is my house. This is a house I built in the game. I decorated the insides. I put the stuff in here I wanted, including a little grinding stone, which you're probably thinking, what effect does that have? Well, that just increased my weapon damage by 2%. I can go up to my living area above, where I have my library from all the adventures I've gone on. I have a chest that's loaded with rare antiquities that I've found throughout my journeys in the world. And some of these are, you can only get playing certain things certain ways. So, very, very cool stuff there. And that's, yeah. And the housing gets intricate. You can even put down like crafting stations, crafting ingredients for making like potions or enchantments or whatever. And you get to do all that while playing the game. Now, like enchanting, I can put enchants into my weapons, into my jewelry. Now, I have enough to do just weapon enchants right now, but I'm holding that for a second. And then you can do the thing with, like I said, with the leatherworking. I can do the patching, where I can put, like, special patches into my armor as long as I have the material. I think I have enough to do a couple patches. Yeah, I have 75. I could maybe fill out my armor with those. Then I have all my ingredients for potion crafting. And this is just to get me prepared. But I haven't used them yet. Bards are extremely powerful in this game. So, because I'm a bard, I get special buffs. I have the Serenade of Speed, or Serenity, sorry. This gives you health recovery every 2 seconds and increases your defense by 8. I have the Serenade of Speed, which increases your movement speed and your jump height. Then I have the Serenade of Assault, and as you can see here, it increases my melee and range damage by 278%, increases my attack and cast speed, and my magic damage by 44%. If I was a spellcaster, this guy would be uber powerful. So that's why my DPS is 650 here, and then when I swap, it goes up to 1110. Is because of these. I am extremely powerful. But those buffs also apply to my allies as well. So when I have Sidmir with me, he has over 3,000 health. She has 3,000 health. And he has 2,300. It is insane. I also have some other buffs on right now. I have Encourage, which increases armor and max health. And then I have this from my Cleric, which increases our armor and our max health also. So that's why I'm like looking pretty well. And different companions require different things. You cannot get Katra or Buddha without having 3 in your charisma stat. And when you start, you only have so many points to distribute in your character. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past week. That's why you haven't seen any videos in a while. I've been playing the crap out of this game and loving every minute of it. And like I said, for a game that I have 100 hours in, I will have another 300 or 400 by the end of the month. Because this game is that good. Do I think it could be better? Of course I do. But I think for the one guy who made this game, and yes, you heard that correctly, one person made this game. It has been in, it was in early access for 3 years. The game technically came out in 2019, 2018 or something like that in early access. was in early access all the way up until 2021, 2022, 2023, something like that. I don't remember. But he's been releasing regularly updates to this game, including the latest update, the Northern Kingdoms. And that's a high level area. The max level your character can go to is 80. And then beyond that, you have your, like I said, you have the Northern Kingdoms. And that's where you're going to spend your high level time, is here. Getting a living weapon, getting ingredients to upgrade it, and experience to upgrade it and stuff. You're going to go through quests here. You're going to go through a lot of different dungeons and caverns and things like that. And the game has dungeons, and they are cool. The game has puzzles. They are great. The story, the main stories, and some of the side stories can be kind of goofy at times. But I think once you get past the fact that this is created, again, by one man, wow. Incredible. This is something that when I went to go to school, which I did apply for Full Sail in Florida, which is a gaming school, like a school dedicated to making video games, I applied for game director, or game designer. Like, to get a game designer, like, degree. And when I was talking to the person and I told them my idea for a game I wanted to make, they were like, that's very ambitious and will probably never happen because no one person could ever make a game like that. Well, they're wrong. Somebody did. It's right here. I'm playing it. I'm playing the game I wanted to create. Literally, it's like the guy was sitting on the phone line when I was explaining to the person the kind of game I wanted to make, and was like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make his game, because that sounds awesome. Now, the game does have epic gear and stuff like that. As you can see, I am pretty much decked out. And it gets better. There's epic gear for every kind of play style. From rangers to rogues to bards to druids and shamans. Not as much for the druid and shaman as I'd like. I think they could add 2 more. But hey, they've done a pretty good job with what they've done. And again, this game is just totally incredible with the amount of stuff you can do. Now, I'm wearing what's called the, I think it's like just the regular bard's gear here. Yeah, just the bard's gear. And as you can see, it allows me to bring an extra companion along. It increases chances of powerful attack and deflection added by serenades to companions while you're playing a serenade of speed. You have a chance to deflect damage as well. Non-summoned companions get more damage and health based on player level. And if you look, I mean, this is all like evade damage, chance to resist magic, damage absorption, magic damage absorption, melee damage and rage damage, and health and stamina. All the things a good adventuring bard like myself needs. And every character I have is decked out in full, like, exotic or legendary epic gear kind of stuff. And I couldn't say it enough. Like, the creator of this game, pure genius. One thing I would like to see him continue to do, expand on what you've done. Don't just add the Northern Kingdoms, add more. I want to see the Black Wastes. I want to see the Great Desert. I want to see the Lost Cities of Esnon. I want to see Oceanine and the Uncharted Isles. You add all that, I will be here till this game shuts down. And Verbos. Or Vubros. Add that, you've got a player for life. I'm dead serious. If you guys are looking for an RPG game that plays like an MMO, feels like an MMO, but is single player, this is the kind of game you're looking for. This is the kind of game you want. And that's no joke. Like, this game does all that in droves. Great game. That's all I can say. Great game. And yes, you can have a cape. I just don't wear one because I wear what's called a huge backpack. It's the only item I have on me that's green because it allows me to carry 72 slots because I'm an adventure merchant. I like to carry crap. So this way I don't have to empty my bags as often. You know, and there's other epic gear which you can get in the game, and some of it you can only get from specific places in the game. Like, you can't get it just willy-nilly. You have to go out and you have to earn a lot of this stuff, and it's not easy. So, but yeah, to the creator, if you see this video, thank you. That's all I can say is thank you. Thank you for making a game that the kind of game I've been looking for so long. Now, a lot of people say, but isn't this just like Skyrim? No, Skyrim is fine and fun, and don't get me wrong, it's great. But this was a $1 billion game, or $30 billion game. This is one person who made this. One guy. Not a team of 300. One guy. And he created a game that is, I promise you, it is as good, if not as good, as Skyrim. And that's not speaking out of context or trying to hype this game up in any way. That is honest, truthful fact. Like, the person who made this created a game that good. And it's a lot of fun to play. It's, if you're looking for something to, even to pass the time for a new game to come along, give Gedonia a try. I promise you, you will not regret it. Now, I will warn you, there are bugs. They're nothing major. They're minor things, like occasionally you'll fall through the floor. And it's only happened to me twice. And I just reloaded the game and was like, okay, like, that was weird. Some of the things, like with your companions, AI will seem janky at times, but it's not. It's just they get caught on stupid things. Like, if you had your companions and you're walking through here, I promise you, two of them's gonna, like, if you have two companions, both of them are gonna get stuck. And then you're going to have to use the wonderful Shift V to teleport him to you. So, but yeah, check this game out. I mean it. If you're looking for a game that reminiscent of, especially if you're a fan of like Dungeons and Dragons, or, you know, even the Elder Scrolls, like, this game will definitely fill that void for now. And until, like, the creators of Elder Scrolls can make Elder Scrolls a single-player game with co-op, without adding MMO, but make it a co-op, I don't think Skyrim's really going to take off. Or the Elder Scrolls is going to take off any further than it already is, because people are getting tired of spending money on the game and not getting any benefits. And by the way, you can get buffs from just sitting down in your house. See? Rested. Maximum stamina increased by 10. Go over here, use this. Again. 2% melee damage increase. And so now that's why I'm at 650. I can go up here, and I'm not going to do it, but I could use the toilet or the tub, and there's other benefits I can get. If I sleep overnight, I get another well-rested benefit. You can have buffs just from your house. They don't last long, but they last long enough. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a fun, like, RPG adventure game, and the people who watch this and know me will know exactly what I say when I say this is definitely made for you. Sister, I'm talking to you, yes. My sister and me are big fans of RPG games, and I think that this is the kind of game that would be right up her alley and her roommates' friends' alley. Like, they would love this game because it's just one of those games. And I didn't even get to the best part. There is mounts in the game. So I happen to have all 8. There is your standard horse mount, Spirit. There is the Royal Knight horse. There is a battle boar. There is an enchanted mystical deer. There is Zubar, who is an awesome creature. I'm not going to go any further than that. Then there's Armalak, whatever. It's a mythical... I'll say this. If you know what a jackalope is, this is a Kangalope. Then you have Asgore, the demonic evil horse, and of course, Enaroth, the dragon. And yes, you can even fly on your dragon. This is not something you're going to get right away. This is in-game kind of thing. There's my amazing house. I built that. My own 2 fingers. Because I couldn't use my hands. But yeah, really intricate housing system, everything. And again, the story itself, like the main story, I wouldn't say is great. It's your typical hero story, you know, like you're the guy that's gonna save the world. That's it. Or the girl. You can be male or female. There's only humans, unfortunately. There's no elves or dwarves or goblin or orc or anything. It's just human. I do wish that there was more races to choose from. I wish there was more options in the game. I wish the game had more to do at max level, but you know, I'm still learning. I'm still going. And I might have to start a new character now because, like, I got this character where I want him to be for a nice respite, and I definitely have been feeling the itch for a mage character. So, but yeah, love this game. Can't wait to see new updates come to it if he's working on it. And like I said, if any of you are interested in the game, you can pick it up on Steam for $5.09. Great purchase, and it even works with the controller. If you have trouble playing with a mouse and keyboard, it works with a gamepad. So if you have like the PlayStation, you know, gamepad hookup or setup, you have an Xbox controller or whatever, it works for those. And yeah, amazing game. Shout out to the developer, Oleg. You've got a fan. You created this fan, so I'm excited to get more further into the game. But I definitely want to experience a few other class types or archetypes that I want to create. But yeah, just loving it right now. And if you guys are interested, like I said, check it out on the Steam. And with that, guys, that brings us to a close in the video. So, if you guys like the video, you guys know what's coming next. Go ahead and hit that like button. If you guys want to see more videos by me, you can subscribe. If you do subscribe, I do suggest you click that notification bell to be notified when I post new videos. Other than that, I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day. And this adventure is going to continue adventuring in Gedonia. Bye.